You could never imagine a child being so unsafe living with his own mum and grandparents, but they would be so brutal towards him that they would end up taking his life. Ethan Ives-Griffiths was just 2 years old when he died on the 16th of August in 2021. Ethan had suffered a catastrophic head injury at his grandparents' home in Garden City, Deeside, North Wales on the 14th of August, just 2 months after moving there with his mother, Shannon. Michael and Kerry Ives had 9 children between them, ages between 9 and 24. Shannon was that oldest child. She was 24 and she had 4 children of her own, and Ethan was her third child. Before moving in with her parents in June 2021, Shannon had temporarily stayed with one of her sisters after her partner was arrested for aggressive behaviour and was banned from the family home as a bail condition. She later moved with the children to another one of the sisters' houses on the 11th of June. While she was staying there, Shannon was reportedly very harsh with the children. She never allowed them to play with toys or watch television, and she used punishments where they had to stand with their hands on their heads against the wall. She also hit them and failed to feed them properly. Just before moving in with her parents and the children's grandparents, Ethan had attended a developmental review with a health visitor in June 2021. He'd reached all of his developmental milestones. He was described as a confident boy, playful, and was a very healthy weight. But by July, just a month later, Ethan and his siblings had been placed on the Child Protection Register, and social workers were legally required to see those children every 10 days, but repeated attempts were unsuccessful. Social workers who were supposed to be going around were repeatedly turned away, and they were given loads of different excuses, like they were isolating from COVID, or that Ethan was asleep, or just nobody would answer the door. So all of these missed opportunities where people were supposed to be going in and checking on these children, on this little boy, it was all missed and it was all failed. And what was happening inside that house was truly horrific. It was even said, actually, that it was as though the adults living in that house were determined to break Ethan's spirit. The family had CCTV cameras covering the house and the garden, and there were so many instances where this little boy was made to suffer for no reason. There were times when he'd be playing on the trampoline with the others, struggling to balance, and his mum would get on the trampoline and force him to fall over on purpose. Michael, the granddad, would be seen lifting him by one arm and carrying him back into the house. There were clips where he was just sat with his hands on his head while all the other children were playing because he wasn't allowed to move. Granddad Michael would also physically remove food from Ethan's mouth on the rare occasion that he was actually given it and was able to eat. He would literally take it off him. In late July, a social worker finally managed to go to the house and saw Ethan in person, and this person later went on to say that Ethan was no longer the confident little boy